So this is going to be a quick video just to emphasize something that I believe people aren't really paying attention to. And we're going to start with Romans 8 and we're going to start with 27. And he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God. So they're just saying, people take out of context, it's like God knows the heart. He does know the heart. He knows every unrighteous thing in the heart, every unrighteous feeling. He knows that the heart only holds itself to a standard of pleasure. So what seems right, what feels good, nothing that takes a sacrifice. So he judged the heart, your feeling, you know. He knows the mind of the spirit. We have a pretty word for that called a subconscious. That's why he says there's a deceitfulness of sin, because you can be so in lust with a sin, whatever the sin is, because lust just means a desire for something outside of the will of God, that you're deceived. You don't even know your true mind. Your true mind is the mind of your spirit, not the logical mind of the body. And so that takes us to Corinthians 13 and 4 and 5. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity wanteth not itself, is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. Number 6, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth. Iniquity is anything that's immoral. Immoral means that it breaks the law, statutes, and commandments of God, and it lacks the fruits of the Spirit and the beatitudes of the scriptures, or something that's grossly unfair behavior. So grossly unfair behavior goes against anything that is love, patience, kindness, long suffering, forbearance, charity. So in that same chapter we get to number 8, and it tells us charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies they shall fail, whether there be tongues they shall cease, whether there be knowledge it shall vanish away. Because according to Romans and according to the beginning part of this chapter of Corinthians 13, God judges your heart, your feelings. He also judges the mind of your spirit, the subconscious, which also means your intent. What did you truly mean? So God knows what you truly meant. You don't know what you truly meant. So a lot of people say God knows my heart, not understanding. Yeah, he know your heart a lot better than you know your heart. I'm going to verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away foolish things. So we do get to a point in serving God where you have to realize that you cannot vex grace. You cannot overstep, mercy. And you do get held to a standard of going through the process of sanctification, which changes your wicked heart and its desires to where you naturally have emotions that go and fit the law, statutes, and commandments, and your mind is changed, not just this mind that you think of daily, but the mind of your spirit, where the deceitfulness of sin sits in, because you don't know your subconscious. Okay. And then real quick, I want to start with, there's one more scripture here, but basically in Romans it speaks about how tongues, the spirit utters and groans, the things that are unknowable, on our behalf. And that's because the subconscious mind, and this can be shown to you even through the wicked ones, they understand the subconscious mind truly, which is the heart of the spirit. And that's why they know, oh, if I put something in a song backwards, the subconscious mind to pick it up. The mind of the spirit is so much more intelligent than even the mind that we have. So speaking in tongues will seem dumb to this logical, rational mind, which is actually more foolish and doesn't have the power to pick up those things. So when we're talking about dealing with the heart, dealing with the mind of the spirit, known as the subconscious mind, speaking in tongues is such a powerful gift to receive and to use, because we need it, because we don't know what we ought to pray, because you don't know your heart and you don't know your mind. But Christ, who came into this flesh and contended and tussled and overcame this flesh, knows the heart and the mind very intimately and very real. So through the Holy Spirit, is able to be a high priest that doesn't get weary, that did not come to the sins that we come to, and is able to use us as temples to speak to God on our behalf of those things that ought to be spoken. So very quick breakdown, but maybe essential, especially during this time. So I'll see you guys again when I have something else. Now, my nigga, I want to remind you of the shit I've been telling you. And I know you fuck with it.